To challenge ourselves, we shot and edited a spec ad for Volkswagen in only one day.
In our last video, we built a DIY shoulder rig, but when it was time to test it, we had no real plan. We thought about shooting an action short, but we had done that before. We wanted something different.
Then we looked at my Volkswagen Taos, a bright red SUV that popped against the snowy forest. We had full access to a private road, so no restrictions and no risks. So we thought, why not shoot a spec ad?
At first, it was just a test, a few shots to see what we could do. But in just one afternoon, with no detailed plan, no lights, and just one person operating the camera, we ended up with a full spec ad. And the result was surprisingly good.
Just imagine what would have been possible with a full crew and our best gear. For this shoot, we used exclusively the DIY shoulder rig we built in the last video, perfect for compact camera setups like the Sony FX30 with Sigma's tiny 18-50 lens, or whatever camera you have that has a similar form factor. The key is having an LCD screen that flips out, making it much easier to operate the rig.
We think this shoulder rig is the perfect solution for any run-and-gun filmmaker who wants a compact and versatile setup.
Having a simple and lightweight setup let us easily move around from one location to another. We just jumped in the car with the camera and drove. No B-cam, no lighting gear, sound equipment, or anything like that to pack up and load in the car.
For a small team like us, this made the shoot much less stressful and more fun, because all we needed to concentrate on was getting amazing looking shots.
Even though a shoulder rig isn't made for that, we actually used it a lot on a tripod. The Manfrotto plate underneath makes it so you can dock it right on any tripod without removing the camera from the shoulder rig. This is another feature that helps a lot with productivity. No one likes tinkering with their camera rig mid-shoot to achieve the next shot.
The shoulder rig made getting the shots so much easier that the real challenge was getting the car to hit the exact marks at the right speed with the right motion.
On the last shot, I lost control, unfortunately, and the car slid into the pile of snow, the whole weight of the car into the pile of snow, but luckily we're all right, nothing's broken. So we're good.
We had to do that over and over again just to get it perfect.
The shoulder rig was incredibly useful for handheld shots too. Instead of placing it on the shoulder, pressing it against the chest or stomach with the handles pulled up gave us rock solid stability while keeping the camera movement dynamic. If you were working with a heavy cinema camera rig, getting these shots would require expensive rigging gear that takes time to set up and can be dangerous if not done right.
We aimed for something less polished, but more raw and natural. The shoulder rig let us achieve that controlled chaos, keeping the action dynamic, while still maintaining a level of stability that wouldn't have been possible with a purely handheld setup. Since we were on private roads, I could lean out the window with the shoulder rig, getting smooth motion shots without needing a full car rig setup. It made everything way more flexible and saved us a ton of time.
In the end, this spec ad isn't our best or most professional work, but it was good practice on improvising and being creative even under a tight timeline. We encourage you to do the same. Just find a product you like or think is interesting and give yourself one day to create the best spec ad you can for that product. For us, what started as a simple shoulder rig test turned into a full-blown spec ad shot in a single afternoon with minimal equipment.
No lights, no assistants, just one person operating the camera. And the result speaks for itself.
Here are the final shots we captured. Let us know what you think. And remember, sometimes all you need is a good idea, the right tools, and a bit of improvisation.
In 200 meters, turn right. Arrived at destination.
Thanks, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye-bye.